What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. This is Mr. Unstoppable, of course. And you guys see the thumbnail. I just got a message. I'm not going to cut that out. Keep everything 100% real and raw. But today, man, we're going to talk about the power that you have and the fact that a lot of people are not using their power to their advantage. They're using it actually to their detriment. And this power that I'm speaking about is your imagination. There's a wise man that once said, if you are having anxiety, it is because you're thinking about the future. If you understand where anxiety comes from and the state that we perpetuate based on our thoughts, we would understand that we utilize our imagination in a negative way a lot of times. We think about things that we fear. We think about the future and what could possibly happen. And we put ourselves in a state where we don't feel good about the future, where we kind of attract those types of things to ourselves. Whether it's about us thinking about something bad that can happen, whether we think about death, whether we think about getting sick, whether we think about bills, or just anything negative that has to do with the future. We are perpetuating and creating our reality based on our imagination. You are a creator, okay? Now, a lot of people think, the Bible talks about how we are created in God's image. Again, I'm not a Christian, but I do believe in God. And I do believe that everything we have a lot of access to the same types of powers that come from the creator, which is, the ability to create. This hat that I'm wearing, this shirt that I made, that I had an idea of, this couch I'm sitting on, this phone that I'm talking on, everything came from an idea, from someone's mind first before it became materialized, or before it became accessible to everybody else, right? So if you think about it in that type of way, your imagination is very powerful. It's one of the most powerful tools that you have, one of the most powerful powers that you have access to, because you can create anything. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And that's the power of manifestation. But everything has to come from an idea first. You have to have the idea and then imagine it. You close your eyes, there's something that you want, whether it's a car or a home, your dream home, or whatever it is, your dream physique. You have to think about, imagine it first. You imagine it first. You see it vivid in your imagination, because you have access to a power where you can take what you see inside and bring it out for you to hold it in your hand. And that's a very powerful thing, because you are very powerful. So learn to utilize your imagination in a way that's going to benefit you, instead of using it in a way where you're fearing things that never come to pass, because we always suffer more in our imagination than we ever do in real life. And a lot of us are waking up every morning, watching the news, on social media, where they're talking about a bunch of negative stuff. And what you're doing is you're imagining these things. You're imagining these things happening, and you're seeing them happen. And you're tying your imagination to things that are transpiring in the world. But if you think about it, everything that is happening, from war to everything, to all the negative stuff, happened in your imagination first. So once you can start locking into that power that you have and imagining the reality that you do want, the things that you do want. If you want financial freedom, learn how to imagine it. Write it down, make it vivid, have a vision, and write down exactly what you want. Utilize your imagination to attract and create the type of reality that's going to be not only good for you, but for everybody else. Because together, our imaginations, our minds, the way that we use this power, it creates everything around us, everything. And that I want you to really, really, really think about that though. Everything that exists collectively is about what people imagined and brought to life. The first cell phone, the first microwave, the plane, the Wright brothers. They were thought to be crazy and insane because they was like, we're going to make a bike that can fly. and they imagined it and they never gave up on it. And now you have access to planes that can take you from where you are to wherever you want to go in the world. Now imagine if they never imagined that. Imagine if the cell phone was never created. Walt wouldn't be able to make this video. People that made YouTube, they had it in their minds. They had a thought and they imagined it and then they made it happen. You have access to that same power because you are a creator. So learn to utilize that power for not only for the benefit of yourself, but for the benefit of everybody else. Learn how to manipulate that power that you have and imagine things that are going to help others. Because that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I've been doing. And I'm learning to utilize my imagination a lot better too as well, through meditation, through different exercises, through different things that I'm doing and learning and growing, based on the things that people have imagined and shared with me on YouTube, shared with all of us on YouTube. Even with this video, I imagined in my mind that I was going to do a 21-day challenge. Well, I did 21 videos and this is one of them. I think this is number 13, I think. So tap into your power and utilize your imagination for something that can benefit you, because you are a creator. All right, you are a creator. If you don't get anything else from this video, know that you are powerful. Use that power. All right, that's today's video. And as always, no obstacle is greater than the power that you have within. Stay unstoppable. Peace.